Shalom. I want to talk about worship, and we're gonna be talking about what it means to worship God in truth and in spirit. But firstly, what we have to know is that worship is adoration. It's when we adore a divine being. It's when we reverence a divine being. You understand? And that comes from the heart. Worship is not just about singing songs. As good as those things are, they are not the foundation of worship. The foundation of worship starts from the heart. It is the posture of your heart that determines the level of your worship or the trueness of your worship. Because if you come before the Lord and you sing songs of praise, you sing songs of worship, but find out that your heart posture is not right, you are not worshiping in truth. Because when you worship in truth, it's when your heart and what you say are in perfect harmony. What you say or what you sing before the Lord should be an outward expression of the inward work. It should be an outward expression of the posture of your heart. What you are saying is what should reflect your heart. You should not just honor God with your lips and find out that your heart is far away from Him. It has nothing to do with what you say as much as it has to do with the posture of your heart. Jesus said, a time is coming and a time is now when the true worshippers will worship the Father in truth and in spirit. But what does that mean? When you worship God in truth, it's when you worship Him from a place of truth, from the deepest part of your heart. You understand? So you must check the posture of your heart before you enter that room where you express your worship unto the Lord. And what does it mean to worship in spirit? God is spirit. And when you worship God, you should not worship Him in the flesh. And you cannot worship in spirit if you are walking in the flesh. So Galatians chapter 5 verse number 16 tells us to walk in the spirit, and we will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. These two are in contrary one to another. So what you have to do is to walk in the spirit, and we know that the fruit of the spirit is manifest. And for you to cultivate the fruit of the spirit is for you to be intimate with the Holy Spirit. Because you cannot bear the fruit of the Holy Spirit if you're not intimate with the Holy Spirit. Now, when you become intimate with the Holy Spirit, when you worship God, you are worshiping Him from a place of what? Of truth and spirit. You understand? So you can sing songs. You can sing. But if your heart posture is not right, your worship is not true to the Lord. Your worship is not true to the Lord. So what do you have to do? What you have to do is to work on the heart. It's to work on the heart. It has everything to do with the heart than it has to do with what you are saying. It has everything to do with the heart than what then it has to do with what you are saying. Then it has to do with what you are saying. Let me give you an example to show that most of us like the things in the world more than, or we love the things in the world more than we love God. When you are at a football game, you can be too emotional and to the point of even crying at the football game. But when you are before God in worship, you are failing to express your emotions before Him. It shows that you love football more than you love God. That's an honest truth. When you are watching a movie or listening to a song, they grab your emotions, they pull your emotions, and you start crying. Why are you crying? It's because you are emotionally invested in that song or in the music that you are watching. You are emotionally connected. But when you are in the presence of God, when you are worshiping God, you are not emotionally invested. You're not emotionally connected. You're saying it's not about emotions. Your emotions are the ones that reveal the posture of your heart. Your emotions are the one that is going to tell you how your posture is before the Lord. So let us not be people who are emotionally invested in the things of the world only. We must also be emotionally connected to the Lord, so that our worship can come from a place of deep reverence and honor. When you are emotionally connected with the Lord, it shows how deeply you adore Him. As I've said in the first place, that worship is adoration. So when you truly adore the Lord, you will worship Him from the deepest part of your being, and that is from the heart. This is your brother Uriel. Thank you for watching. Shalom.